Welcome back to the Weekly News Roundup. This is the business edition. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Switch to Linux YouTube channel. So today we're highlighting our affiliate link for A2 hosting. If you are in need of a website, I use A2 hosting for everything that I'm doing. We have free SSLs through Let's Encrypt. And actually, I have cPanel SSLs as well. I'm the VPS hosting. I'm not sure if they're standard ones has both options or not, but they are a good service. They work very well. They have a lot of good uptime, and you can actually use my affiliate link, grab a plan, and that actually helps me out in this channel. So that being said, let's dive on into the weekly news roundup. So first, we have a proposed bill that would make monopolies pay serious fines. Serious fines. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. $5 billion settlement with Facebook largely drew two responses. One holds $5 billion. This is objectively a large sum of money, while the other holds that against Facebook's $55 billion 2018 revenue. The penalty amounts to a mere drop in the ocean and will go unseen. And I think that's true. I think they should have been, you know what Facebook should be forced to do with all their privacy violations? Yeah, we need 3 years of your 3 years of your profits. Yeah, 3 years of your profits. Let's see you sweat a little bit. Yeah, stop breaking the rules. Okay, this isn't a first-time offense if you're not following the Facebook thing. Facebook already was under a discipline under the FTC, and they kept doing the same stuff over and over that they said in 2012 to stop doing. Facebook needed to be hurt a whole lot more than less than 10% of their profit. All right, for 1 year. So the new proposed law seeks to deter anti-competitive monopolies by charging great gobs of money against companies that are caught doing it. Businesses found to be in violation would owe the greater of either 15% of their annual U.S. revenue or 30% of all revenue over a period of time the unlawful behavior took place. So that could potentially cause some damage, but not really. I mean, if we're talking 15% of Amazon or Walmart's income, yeah, they'll just turn the lights off for an extra hour a day for a month. And that'll generally take care of that. But nevertheless, hey, at least they're talking about this. Rather than sit here and try and make new proposed laws on the monopoly stuff, I have a great idea for you guys. If anybody at Congress is listening, are you ready? Enforce the monopoly laws we already have. I know that's shocking. Guys, we don't need new laws. Go write your Congress people today. We don't need new laws. Start enforcing the ones we have. It is already illegal to have a monopoly. Enforce the laws we have. We don't need more laws. We need to enforce what is on the books. I mean, really. Now, what bigger monopoly do we have these days than Amazon? Full disclosure, if you buy on Amazon, use my affiliate link up there. That's another great way to help support the channel. I'm not an anti-Amazon guy. I probably should be, but I'm an author, and you can't be an author and be an anti-Amazon guy. Sorry. The majority of my book sales, unfortunately, are on Amazon. But anyway, Amazon squeezes sellers that offer better prices on Walmart. This is an interesting cycle of death, all right? So, of course, Amazon and Walmart are both competing to see who can extract who can drive costs so cheap. So the idea here is that they're always scanning rivals' prices. And when something ends up being lower on Walmart.com, Amazon alerts the selling company and makes the product harder to find and buy on its own marketplace. So in other words, if you're not selling it cheaper, then we're just going to downrank it and just not display your product. Now, there is a problem here because I don't know how familiar you are with how how Walmart works, but Walmart will do a whole lot of things to drive your price down. So if I'm a business owner and I produce a widget, and I want to sell my product on widget or on Walmart, I want to sell my widget on Walmart, right? I go to Walmart, or Walmart comes to me like, we want to buy your widget. selling your widget to Walmart can be a good deal because they have such a large distribution, but they're going to negotiate down and get your price so low, you might only make a penny or two off of widgets. Now, they make it worse that sometimes they'll just send a whole bunch of widgets back to you and you need to reimburse them for it. That's kind of a problematic thing. But all that being said, what is being done here is Walmart is doing things to make it extraordinarily difficult to be a person selling on things, driving those prices as low as possible. So now Amazon comes on and says, well, if the price of our product is higher on Amazon than it is on Walmart, we're going to make your product impossible to find. This is not necessarily technically a monopoly, but it's an oligarchy. And it should be, if you want to pass new laws, pass some oligarchy laws too. Because we only have two real options here, and they're both driving the price down as low as conceivably possible to the point where I may not be able to sell my product. This, though, by the way, is why I created my own publishing company rather than going through anybody else, is because I can have more flexibility on the price of my books and make sure that my commissions and royalties are kind of set. Although the places I use for global distribution allows me to set my royalty percentage. Amazon sets it for me, although it's pretty high. So I don't have a lot of gripes about it, but I do wish there were more options. Well, FedEx and ground delivery is ending its deal with Amazon. So I guess if you order from Amazon, FedEx will no longer be an option, I guess. So the idea is Amazon is getting involved in everything. And FedEx looks at this and says, you know what, Amazon, you are now a direct competitor of ours because you're creating your own delivery services. So they're pulling their contract. So I guess you can probably still order with FedEx, but there's no sweet background deal to make it a little bit cheaper. So you might expect to pay a little bit more going through FedEx. But anyway, as soon as they're not like stopping immediately, but as soon as the contract expires, they're not renewing it. And they basically said that, hey, it's to focus on better e-commerce strategy, that, Amazon is a direct competitor, and so we're cutting the ties with it so that we can basically compete. Yeah, I understand that, but that's all right. All right, anyone out there, who are my Frontier ISP users? You'll know if you're unsure. You'll know if your video just keeps buffering like this. Okay, because Frontier sucks. So Frontier is failing so badly, it will not even take questions from its investors. Hint, if you have stock in Frontier, get it out. Because once a company starts taking questions from its investors, the investors are going to start pulling, and that means the stock price is going to drop. Get out now if it's not already too late. So they had a $5.45 billion goodwill impairment charge. Warned investors as revenue will continue to decline into future quarters. Wow. You know what? If we just had a few extra places, like the only people still on Frontier are the people who have no other choice. Because we have an oligarchy in the ISP world. And sure, we have two huge ISPs who have less than 5% territory overlap. I have exactly one option. I am in the fourth largest city in my state, and I have exactly one option. Exactly one option of my internet provider in America in 2019. That is insanity. Yeah, I know. You can go onto those, let's look this up. I'm going to prove you wrong. There's 15 people. Somebody actually did that to me once. I'm like, you don't live here, do you? Well, let's see. HughesNet is everywhere. If you get dial-up speed on HughesNet, it's a good day. We got Verizon. Verizon caps out at a 5 Mbps down and a 0.2 Mbps up. That's number 2. We allegedly have Windstream, but every time you try and get Windstream service, they don't actually seem to service here. They actually have a corporate office downtown on Science Park Road. But I don't think they actually service internet here. I know, I looked into it. I have exactly one option. That's insane. So, all right. Oh boy. Yelp and Grubhub. We talked about Grubhub recently where they were buying up domains related to businesses and then setting up proxy sites because it allowed them to scrape off more commissions off the top. So the idea is if somebody uses Grubhub to get to your store, you pay more of a fee. So if somebody calls in and requests a Grubhub, you pay a fee. If they get to you through a Grubhub number, they pay a bigger fee. Well, Yelp, guys, can we just close Yelp down? You know what? Here's a fun thing. Let's set up a Yelp page for Yelp and give Yelp 1-star reviews repeatedly. That'd be fun. So with Yelp, Yelp and Grubhub are doing a backdoor deal where if you have your business, like your restaurant has a Yelp page, Yelp is working with Grubhub, and of course Grubhub takes out all of these phone numbers and pushes these numbers out because if somebody dials the phone number, it goes to your business, but now they charge the restaurant again for another commission fee. So what they're doing is there's a backdoor crony deal between Grubhub and Yelp is replacing your phone number on your Yelp page with a Grubhub phone number instead. So if somebody calls your restaurant from Yelp, they're giving Grubhub another commission. Let's just take the CEOs of both these companies and beat them in town square for a while. You know, I'm telling you, don't do that. No, don't do that. But the fact is that, no, if you have a Yelp page, you should have your real business information on there. And if you happen to have one of these pages, you be checking that thing every single day. Your daily task is to check that. And if they're swapping your phone number with a Grubhub phone number so that Grubhub can steal more money off a backdoor deal with Yelp, maybe you should just stop working with both companies. Send Yelp a cease and desist. I'm sorry, I don't approve of you having my business on there. I'm going to sue you to take it down. I don't know, has anyone ever tried that? I'm sure somebody has. But the fact of the matter is it's a big tech giant data collection company. We should have the full right to say, I'm sorry, you can't have my data. You can't have a page for me. I don't approve it being there. Grubhub, you have a complete choice with. I think Grubhub is the slimiest, scummiest company right behind Facebook and Comcast. If you're doing business with Grubhub, shame on you. Shame on you. This company has done more unethical crap to screw over their customers, to scrape off as much money as they possibly can to the absolute detriment of small business here in America. You'll be better off hiring a delivery kid and taking orders than going through Grubhub because they're going to be scraping and scraping and scraping and scraping and you're going to look down and have no profit left. Stop doing business with Grubhub. That's what you can do. And when everybody does that, I'll tell you, that's when we will clean these companies up.